Let's look at Kotter's 8-step process first. So this is the Kotter's 8-step process. Create a sense of urgency. Build a guiding coalition. Form strategic vision. So this is how the whole change should happen. First of all, let's look at leading the change. So why did Kotter even wrote that book, Leading the Change? So if you look at the world, the way business was conducted, the way the business was done 2000 years back is totally different from how the business was done 1000 years back, and how it was done 200 years back, and how it was done 30 years back, and how it is being done today, right? We all agree to that. Organizations kept on changing. The way businesses work kept on changing. When the way businesses are kept on changing, some businesses just fell off because they couldn't adapt to the change. And that happens for every business. So Kotter saw the need. John Kotter, by the way, is a professor in Harvard. I think he's retired now. He was a professor at Harvard. He wrote this book called Leading Change, and there are several other books from Kotter. Leading Change is one of the topmost read book. So he created this 8-step process for the leaders on how you must change the organization. How do you bring the change in the organization? Old ways of working will not work for the future, right? I mean, we all agree to that. So that is where he came up with these 8 steps. So first thing he says is the creating a sense of urgency. So anybody who is want to bring the change in the organization should create that sense of urgency within the organization, like saying that, okay, hey, we have to do this. And we call it as a tipping point in SAFe, reaching the tipping point. So reaching the tipping point is like, I mean, you all must have gone through some change in your life, right? So some point of time you said, no, this is not, I want to live my life. This is not how I want to do the things. And you did a change to your own self. So what was the trigger? Why did you make that change in your life? Why did you make that change in your organization? So there was some compelling reason, some strong reason, which kind of forced you to change the way you are doing the things, change the way you think, change the way you work, right? So that is what is the creating the sense of urgency. So it is important to create that sense of urgency with the leadership and also to your organization. All right. And then you are going to build a guiding coalition. So what does it mean? So basically you are building a team of people who can talk the same language as you, who are thinking like you, and say that, yes, we need to change. Otherwise, our organization is not going to survive, or we cannot continue to achieve the results, right? So that is what is building a guiding coalition. So you will have your own group of people, group of Kotter, we call it, right? I mean, so the people who are from the same kind of thinking. Then what you do is that you are going to create a strategic vision. So what is that we want to achieve first? What is that? What is our goal? Where exactly we want to which is going to be large team, which is going to be part of your initiative. So that is the kind of people that you need, what people you need, whom you can trust, whom you have to take along with you guys in order to embrace the change. Then what you are going to do is that you are going to enable them. When you say enable them, it could be in the form of training, it could be in the form of communication, it could be giving the additional powers, additional charges to them. So that's what you are going to do by enabling the teams, okay? And remove any problems that the team is facing, right? Yeah, because of this scenario. So we are using this old MS project. If we continue to use MS project, we cannot embrace Agile, or we cannot work in the new way. So okay, get rid of project, right? So you are going to bring in the process changes, policy changes, role changes, structural changes when you are enabling your team. And once you enable the team, you are going to look for the short-term wins. What is that immediate win that we can get in order to make sure that, yes, we are going in the right direction, okay? Then you are going to accelerate it. Then you go to institute the change. So these are the 8 steps which are going to happen. So which you are going to use in order to lead the change. So whether you use SAFe or you don't use SAFe, you use any other scaling framework, or you use any other management methodology, if you want to build a change in your organization, these 8 steps are mandatory. And remember, these steps are sequential in nature. These steps are sequential in nature. So they are not like, okay, yeah, I will create sense of urgency first and then I go to the institute change. No, they are sequence in nature. So you are going to continue this journey through these 8 steps. That is how you create the sense of, that is how you bring the change in any organization. And Kotter did not come up with these 8 steps like out of the blue. So he has observed several organizations and he has talked to several leaders, CEOs, and it was a research that he has done and came up with these 8 steps. So if you read the book Leading Change, he has several examples of how some particular manager has done and how some particular CEO has done the changes kind of stuff. So some of the companies that sustained that kind of state in the business in spite of several challenges in the world are like IBM is one company, right? So it was in existence even before World War I, World War II, and then it was thrown out a few countries and it sustained. And there was a time IBM had to let 40% of their employees go, and it survived. And today it is one of the thriving companies, right? So it is always important to bring in that change as the world of business changes, as the world moves faster with technology and with government, with regulation. You must start changing yourself again and again and again. All right. Now let's look at how these 8 steps are implemented by SAFe.